Dirty Deeds returns to the Rippaverse. That's right, the sci-fi crew that first made their appearance in the Rippazine has had their solo comic Dirty Deeds released, and I am here to tell you all about it. Hi, my name is Jacob Berry, and this is the StudioJake vidcast. Hi everyone, I hope that you will like this video, share it out to all your friends, leave me a comment to what you think, and subscribe. I really appreciate you tuning in to the StudioJake vidcast because I am here to talk about one of my favorite topics, and that is indie comics, specifically the Rippaverse and their latest science fiction graphic novel by Caro Brown. And as per tradition on the StudioJake vidcast, I am going to read you my review from my Substack, which is linked in the pinned comment. And without further ado, here is my review for Dirty Deeds #1. The Rippaverse returns us to the cosmos with the science fiction comic book Dirty Deeds. The story is written by Caro Brown and drawn by Evan Scale. The crew of the Dirty Deeds is too hot for people to work with them. Telepath Renlin, Tactician Arad Carr, Medic Sulia Carr, Mechanic Spingy, Warrior Felshar, and AI Pilot Beetles need work desperately to avoid the Red Sun Federation. An opportunity arises when they encounter a wormhole that spits out a ship of 3 pilots from a planet called Earth. Dirty Deeds did not come out of nowhere. The eccentric crew of alien mercenaries was first featured in the 3rd issue of the Rippazine. This time, their stories get expanded upon, showing more of their personalities and quirks. Brown is a talented writer who knows characters and characterization. In this release, we get to see the crew trying to survive with seemingly the entire galaxy watching them. It was a lot of fun, harkening back to the sci-fi shows of the early 2000s with a ragtag group whose eccentricities pull them together instead of apart. It had a lot of heart and a lot of spirit. Scale is also unmatched in the illustrations. As both the line art and the colorist, he brought it to life right off the pages. I especially liked how he designed the Dirty Deeds vessel. It has a unique and sleek design that helps it stand out. My only note would be that if you did not read the Ripazine short story, you might not know who the crew is. A character guide at the beginning might have helped new readers. Outside of that, it was a truly exciting tale that unites an unlikely crew together for a space adventure. It was fun and a blast to read. If you prefer sci-fi adventures to superhero stories, this would be an excellent addition to your collection. And normally for these reviews, I usually dive in a little bit more on specifically the cover, but I wanted to share that with you all here on StudioJake vidcast. For one thing, this one is drawn by Igor Tyzura. I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. And then it is colored by Marcus Martins. For one thing, you get the entire crew on this one, and you do on a couple of the others, but I just thought this one helped the crew stand out a little bit more. So you've got Renlin, Beetles, Felshar, Spingy, Arad, and Sulia. Sulia is actually my favorite character because aside from just being the ship's medic, she is also a really cool sharpshooter. There is a great scene in here where they're running to rescue this poor little girl from being sold in a child bride situation and they have to save her, and it was just this really cool scene where she's running through and taking out like the bad guys who are trying to do this and saves the little alien girl from this horrible fate. It was a sleek adventure and the cover definitely represents that. And here is a full-page scene of Sulia and Felshar. Evan Scale is really incredible, not just line artist, but colorist. I mean, look how colorful this image is and how it just works. Where you see Sulia, she especially stands out in this image. Felshar, I will admit his coloring blends in a little bit, but it still looks really cool because he draws him so unique. I love how you can see his pistol in the background as he tries to take out the bad guys and whatnot. I am very excited to see where this sets up. Now, this isn't the only sci-fi cosmic Rippaverse release. There's also Zaylin, What Kills Must Die, which is written by Chuck Dixon. And I would love to see a crossover with Zaylin and Dirty Deeds. Maybe some sort of misunderstanding happens. That's just me speaking as a fan. I would love to see that. And I would like to enjoy a comic where Zaylin, who is insanely powerful, encounters this group of misfits. But I would just like to say how much I loved Dirty Deeds. I am a big fan of science fiction comic books. I remember when I first saw the Starjammers in the 90s X-Men animated series. That is what actually hooked me on to other sort of cosmic adventures, because I was primarily reading at the time Sonic the Hedgehog by Archie Comics, but of course Spider-Man and Batman. I wasn't really reading a whole lot of other genres within comic books. Like, I knew about the X-Men and the Fantastic Four, but really the Starjammers are what put me on to the cosmic galaxy, the larger Marvel galaxy, if you will, and then later, of course, the larger DC Comics galaxy. Dirty Deeds does this for the Rippaverse. Now, like I said, they had already done Zaylin, but with Zaylin, it was a very personal story. This is more like an adventure where we get to see different avenues within the larger Rippaverse galaxy. Like, for instance, them encountering the Red Sun Federation. That leaves me to believe that there is more to play here. It was such a great spin-off of the Ripazine story, which of course immediately established all these characters. It was an introduction story, and I had read online there were a few people claiming that it was a flat story in the Ripazine. I disagree with that. I think Caro Brown is a very sharp writer, and she did an amazing job expanding on these characters in this release. I think that it looks amazing. I think it reads amazing. I think the story is really cool, and I'm excited to see where Caro Brown takes these characters. Now, Eric July has said in several of his release videos that he is planning on mixing it up. So I'm wondering if Caro Brown, who actually created a lot of these characters, by the way, if she is going to let another writer handle her babies. She has very openly called them her babies on her social media platforms. So I don't know if that will actually happen, but I'd be curious to see another writer take these characters on. But in the meantime, I'm looking forward to the Dirty Deeds Volume 2, which is already available for pre-order. And yes, yours truly has pre-ordered it. Caro Brown has also written a companion novel that will serve as a prequel to even the Ripazine short story that she wrote. And yes, I pre-ordered that as well. I'm very excited to read it. So if you're wondering, Jacob, give me the bottom line here. You give bottom lines on your movie reviews. What's your bottom line here for the Dirty Deeds? The bottom line is this is a fantastic, adventurous story that you can have a lot of fun. The characters are compelling. The plot is interesting and intriguing. It definitely pulls you in. There is a couple of side plots. And at first, when I saw that there were going to be side plots in it, I got a little concerned because sometimes writers can deviate too much. That was not a concern here. Caro Brown does an amazing job of bringing it all together for a really epic conclusion. Now, I look forward to issue number 2. I'm excited to see where she takes these characters, where she takes the Dirty Deeds crew, where they're going to end up in the Rippaverse universe, and what they're going to do with the human pilots that they picked up along the way. I really think that this is going to be a fun adventure that everyone can get behind. I really think once you read it, you're going to have a good time. You're going to enjoy it, and it's going to be a good addition to your collection. It is such a good story, and I cannot wait for the Rippaverse to bring out more of the Dirty Deeds crew. But what do you think? Let me know in the comment section below. Did you buy Dirty Deeds number 1? Did you pre-order it or just get it? Who is your favorite character? Did you enjoy it? What was your favorite panel or page? I would love to know those things. Like I said, Sulia is my favorite character. I do hope that we see more of the Dirty Deeds crew. I appreciate you tuning in today. If you would be so kind, please give this video a like, share it out to all your friends, leave me a comment and tell me what you think, and subscribe. If you want to support me in the work that I do, check out my Substack. The link is in the pinned comment and the description of the video. You can subscribe there at different tiers that unlock different perks, and you will get exclusive content. I know I haven't been writing a whole lot of exclusive content, but I plan on picking that back up. It's just because I wanted to establish the Substack and get it ready to go. And I think it's pretty well established now, so you will see more exclusive content that is just for subscribers. Another way to support me is to buy my novels. On that same Substack, you can find one or all four of them. I got links all over the place, but they are all available on Amazon.com. Pick up all four of them or your favorite title. I really would appreciate that. Leave me a 5-star review. It really helps out small indie creators like myself. Once again, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time right here on Studio Jake.